So you have an Android device and obviously you would like to use that to manage your emails with, among other things. Well, of course you could use the stock email app on your device, and in some cases that's not even going to be a very bad choice. However, today I just wanted to show you 5 free email apps that are really worth checking out as alternatives. So let's go. Hey everyone, Percy Jules here. So today I'm going to talk about 5 free email apps for your Android device. Well, technically it is 6, but we'll get to that a little later. By the way, I'm not going to talk about the technical side of things, so what's under the hood and security issues and things like that. I'm mainly going to focus on things like the interface and ease of use. Okay, so the first app I'd like to talk about is MyMail. Now MyMail is very simple, it's a very simple app, it's very clean, it works smoothly, big avatars. Well, not everyone is going to prefer that, but at least it is very clear. Now MyMail isn't the most feature-rich app out there, but it does have some interesting features. Now first of all, you do have some control over when this app pushes your messages. So for instance, you can tell it to leave you alone at night, for instance, so you'll see your messages in the morning. You can also turn off notifications for social media, and you can also turn it off for individual contacts. So you do have quite a bit of control over notifications. Now it's very easy to manage your messages right from within the inbox, especially because of the swipe action. So if you swipe any message to the left, basically all necessary options will appear. And this is kind of true for the entire app. So it'll give you everything you need on a basic level. Again, it's not the most feature-rich app, but it's simple, it's clean, and it works very well. Okay, next app on the list is EdisonMail. Now EdisonMail is also very simple, also very clean. Some might say that it looks a bit more elegant, a bit more subtle than MyMail. It also has a few interesting features, one of them being easy unsubscribe. Well, what is that? Well, let's say that you have subscribed to a newsletter. Whenever you open a message from that newsletter, immediately you'll see a button unsubscribe. Obviously, if you press that button, it'll automatically unsubscribe you from that newsletter. So very convenient. Now, just like with MyMail, you can also swipe your messages, but you can swipe them left or right. And you can actually customize what function will be activated when you do so. Now, there's also an undo send button. So whenever you send a message, you still have a few seconds to change your mind. And if you do change your mind, press that button real quickly and it's as if it's never been sent. And then there is the assistant. Now the assistant, for your convenience, will automatically organize some of your messages into categories. So there is subscriptions, there is travel, there is packages, there's bills and receipt, there's entertainment, and there is security. Now, all in all, I think this is a pretty good app. It's a good alternative for managing your emails. Now this next app doesn't really need any introduction because it's so widely used. It's Gmail. Now if you're used to using Gmail in your browser on your desktop, for instance, then this app will feel very familiar. Now one thing that's very typical Gmail is that it uses labels instead of folders. Now not everyone likes this, but obviously the advantage is that you can actually apply multiple labels to any single message. That's an advantage. By the way, this only works on Gmail accounts. If you use an account other than Gmail, so Outlook for instance, it's not gonna work. The app is automatically gonna switch back to using folders. Now another Gmail thing is that it automatically categorizes and prioritizes your messages in your inbox. By the way, this is also something that only works on your Gmail accounts. However, there is something called Gmailify. Now what is Gmailify? Well, I'm not the most technical guy in the world, but basically, as I understand it, you link any account to your Gmail account. Also, a copy of every message of that account is being sent to your Gmail inbox, and thereby it also takes advantage of the Gmail spam protection, email sorting, and Gmail search. Speaking of the search option, obviously this is one of the best features of this app because it's Gmail. Gmail is from Google, and let's face it, in many ways Google is kinda the king of search. So a very advanced search functionality. Now, this app also has a snooze function, which means that you can get any message out of the way from your inbox and have it return to your inbox at any desired moment. Kinda like a reminder. Also, you can customize the swipe action just as you can with EdisonMail. And as it is Google, you have direct links to Google Calendar and Google Contacts. Now, this app is a serious option as an alternative email app. Okay, let's move on from one tech giant to another. Let's talk about the Microsoft Outlook app. Now, first thing I'd like to say is great interface. It's very well designed. Everything is very well laid out. It's very conveniently laid out. It's also very easy on the eyes, so I think it looks really good. Now, I just talked about the very advanced search functionality of Gmail. I think that the search functionality of this app is at least as good, if not better. You actually have a bit more options. It's actually a bit more extensive. Now, also with this app, you can prioritize your inbox. And if you select this option, you can either choose to see all your messages in your inbox or just the ones that Outlook believes are the most important for you. Now, to be honest, personally, I'm not a huge fan of these kinds of automatic prioritization function things. Also not the one from Gmail, because I kind of like to decide for myself what's important or not. But that's just me. Anyway, the option is there and it seems to work pretty well. Now, this app also has a snooze function. You can also set different notification and do not disturb settings for different email accounts. What I think is very nice about this app is that whenever you create an email, it's very easy to add an invitation or a document, or you can even take a picture right from within the app and send that picture with that email. So that's a very nice touch. And what's also great is that it's not only good for managing your emails, you can also manage your calendars with it. So that is a huge bonus. So all in all, I think that this is an amazing email app and it's a very good alternative. Okay, the last one on the list is actually kind of two apps, because I'm talking about Type app, but there is also an app called BlueMail. And those two, in my opinion, are basically the same. There are some differences, but they look and feel exactly identical. So anything I say about Type app is basically also true for BlueMail. Okay, first impressions. Well, personally, I think it looks okay, but somehow it doesn't look as stylish or elegant as some of the other ones. You can, however, kinda change its appearance. So you can change the theme color. There is also a dark theme, which you can switch to. You can also change the font size. So there are some things you can tweak. Now, what's very nice about this app is that it's definitely feature rich, so a lot of features. One of them is clusters, so you can cluster messages from one sender, which is very useful, especially for newsletters, for instance. Just like with EdisonMail, there's also an easy unsubscribe function. There's also a snooze function. There's even a page where you can manage all your snoozed messages, so very convenient. Now, one thing I really like about this app is that you can really easily manage your folders with this app. So you can create folders, rename and delete folders very easily. Another thing I like is the swipe action. So whenever you swipe left or right on a message, there's a lot to choose from. So again, it's a feature-rich app. The only thing I would say is that wherever you go in this app, there are buttons here, buttons there, and it can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty easy to use, but there are just buttons all over the place, and that's not always the most user-friendly way, ironically, to present your app. Anyway, still think that this is a great app and it's a great alternative. So that's it, 5 great alternatives for the stock email app on your Android device. Go check them out for yourself and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.